Alright, so now we're going to have a look at maintenance tickets. There's basically three ways to open a new maintenance ticket. The first one is by using the Open New Ticket buttons on the various queries. The second one is from your Red Rabbit inbox. You can select options and click Open New Ticket if it's not linked to a ticket already. And the third one is from your inspection results. You can select a certain amount of defects and open a new ticket for those defects. So let's have a look at the first one. So let's assume a tenant phones in and reports a broken window. Maybe there was a break-in attempt and you've got the tenant on the phone and he's reporting the problem. So what you want to do is click on this Open New Ticket button and then use the filters to search for the property. In this case, I'm going to do it on Swanridge 60. Then click Continue. Then here you will select your tenant. So a property can have multiple tenants over time. So this is why it's important to select the tenant that's going to be the main contact person during the course of this maintenance ticket. You can also change the tenant in the middle of managing a maintenance ticket. Maybe the tenant moves out and a new tenant moves in, and then you can go and change the tenant that needs to be corresponded with. Then you can specify who the reporter was. Maybe it was the agent, maybe it was someone else. In this case, it is the tenant and it was reported via a phone call. And in the comments section, you can just write a short description of the problem. So we're just going to say tenant reported broken. Alright. And then we can set the priority. In this case, because it's a security issue, I would say it's a high priority ticket. Then we've also got our ticket open notification defaults. So the defaults for these switches are set on a company level. But you can override it when you open the ticket. So if you don't want any notifications to go out automatically, you can switch it off right here. In this case, I want the landlord and the tenant to receive both an email and an SMS to inform them that a new ticket has in fact been opened and this is the reference number. And maybe you can include in that default body text what you want to, what they can expect in terms of the maintenance process. You can 100% customize the default body text that goes out with these auto emails, and I will show you how to do that in the video on saved replies. Alright, so now I click Open Ticket, and now I'm going to define the defect as a structured problem. So the reason we want to do this, let me just say window, is because then we can reuse this data. Alright, so you only need to define these three fields. The status, cause, and action you can leave on the defaults for now, and I'm going to click Continue. And you'll note it asks me if I want to load another defect. So if the tenant reports 3 or 4 problems, you can just click yes and load the second and then the third problem. In this case, there's only one, so I'm going to click no. And then it will open that maintenance ticket for me, and it's going to send those notifications because I had those switches on. So if you just have a look here, you can see there's an email to the landlord and an email to the tenant. And in this case, my email says, Dear Johan, we've opened a new maintenance ticket for the property above. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us on this. And it has the ticket reference number in the subject. And the same went out to the tenant. And there's also an email, an SMS that went out to the tenant and to the landlord. Now, the second way to open a new ticket is by going to your inbox. So let's assume a tenant sends you an email to your Red Rabbit inbox. So we can see this email is not linked to a ticket yet. So we see the email. It says we have a leaking tap in our main ensuite bathroom. Could you please let the landlord have a look? Alright, so what we want to do is click on, we can either do it here or we can say new ticket from email. And now we want to search for that property. So this was for 50 Swanridge. Go. And once again, we're going to select the tenant and we're going to say leaking tap. Maybe medium priority, and report method was email. So that's filled in for you automatically. And in this case, I'm going to send the landlord a manual email. So I'm just going to keep the tenant email notification just so he knows that a ticket has been opened and we'll attend to his problem. I'm going to say open ticket. Once again, I'm going to say tap. Also note that you can type in anything in these fields. So you've got a lot of drop down options, but if you don't find the option you're looking for, you're welcome to type in anything. It's a custom text field. So location, ensuite bathroom, and description is leaking. And I'm going to click continue. Once again, it's the only problem reported for now, so I'm going to click no, and then that ticket is opened for me. So as you can see now, the original email that we received is already in this ticket's email repository, and the email that I sent is showing there as well. Okay, so the third way to open a maintenance ticket is from your inspection results. So typically what the maintenance administrator will do on a day-to-day basis is work on the inspections done. So any inspections that have been uploaded by the inspector. I've opened this Planeway 12 one, quality control inspection that was done. And as you can see, there's a couple of items that have a recommendation for the landlord to replace, landlord to replace, landlord to repair. So if you decide, you want to actually action these items and open a maintenance ticket for them, then all you need to do is go to the top of your inspection, click on Open Maintenance Ticket, and this will show you the list of all the items that has been reported on, but the ones that have a recommendation will be listed at the top, so it's easy to select. And if there was a recommendation for the tenant, maybe the tenant should repair or replace or clean, then it will be marked in blue, same as this one is in green at the moment. So these items are all sort of general contractor sort of things. So what you can do is you can group them together. Typically, a maintenance ticket is for a specific contractor, so you won't group plumbing and electrician stuff together. But in this case, it's all general contractor things, so I can group them together, select all three, click continue. And now you can see it already sets the tenant for me because the tenant is linked to that inspection. The reporter is the inspector, and the comment says items taken from inspection. So it's very easy. It almost completes everything for you automatically. In this case, maybe you want to switch off the notifications because you first want to chat to the landlord before you do anything else. And then you can just click Open Ticket. And then you'll see that it creates those defects for you on this ticket automatically and links the photos and everything in here. So it's nice and easy to work with. So that is basically the three ways that you can open maintenance tickets: using the buttons, doing it from the email, and doing it from your inspections.